Hi, this is McJty for episode number 10 of my Let's Play series. In this episode I am going to show you how to build an Endergenic generator, and I was planning to do it in this place, but then this is supposed to be for ore processing, and the Endergenic takes up a bit of room. So I spent the last few days, whenever I had time, to make a new area for it. And I will show you. And it's a new building that I put after this. And why is this spawned here? Okay. So basically this is where I want to put the Endergenic. And these are the power cells that will store the power. Yeah, to situate this, the original service room is here, so it's still accessible. And yeah, that's basically it. Also, you should be careful. Oh, that's not the button. This one. Because it's a complicated machine with different tile entities that communicate with each other, it's best to put it in the same chunk. And I found out that this is the corner of the chunk that goes that direction. So this is the last row, and this where I can build stuff linked to that. So I have to be careful with that. And I also collected the materials for this. So 3 sequencers, 4 Endergenics, 8 ender monitors, 5 redstone transmitters, 7 redstone receivers, pearl injector, redstone, and a button. This is also the reason why it took me a while before I could record this, because it's a lot of materials and a lot of ender pearls. Like this. And okay, so it's time to start on this and see how we will build this generator. Hopefully it goes. So a bit of theory. So what we are going to build is an Endergenic power generator, and let me set the blocks down. You already see that the one probe has a lot of diagnostic information when you open when you sneak, so that can be useful for debugging. The way these generate power is by when they receive an ender pearl thrown by another Endergenic. But it's not just a matter of throwing pearls around, you have to do it at the right time. By default these things start in idle mode, and in idle mode they cannot, when they receive a pearl, nothing happens, the pearl is simply lost. However, when they are in charging mode, which they can get in by with redstone signal, they will generate power whenever they get pearl from another generator. The best moment, so whenever these are in charging mode, that takes 16 ticks, and at tick 10 is the best moment for the other ender pearl to arrive, because that will generate most power. So to time this, for example, if this one would be linked to this, then it would be best to charge this, and about a number of ticks later shoot the pearl, because it's only going to take a few ticks for the pearl to travel from here to here. So first let me link the generators. So I will shoot from this one to that one, from this one to that one. Notice how it gives the distance in ticks between the generators. Okay, so actually I am doing this the wrong way. They should be linked in that direction. It works in both directions, of course, but I had made the design with this direction in mind. So as soon as this one fires a pearl, it will take 2 ticks for the pearl to arrive at this one. And because it should receive the pearl at tick 10 approximately, it's best that this one has been charged 8 ticks ago. So that's the thing that makes this complicated, because you actually have too little time, and so you must make sure this is ready before you send this one, and the same goes for the others. Now they are all linked, and the pearl will go from here to there, from there to there, from there to there, and back here. Now another thing, whenever a generator is in charging mode and it gets a pearl, then it will generate power, and it will keep the pearl in holding mode until it gets another redstone signal. It is important that this is as quickly as possible, because holding the pearl consumes power again. So if you don't do it right, if you let the pearl sit here forever, all the power you generated will be lost again. So therefore it's important. And also, by the way, if the power that was generated is extracted, then there is less power to keep the pearl, and it will be lost. So for that reason, it is important that the pearl stays in the generator as shortly as possible. It should be fired away very quickly. So basically these things have 3 modes. Idle, with a redstone signal they go to charging, then when they receive a pearl they go to holding, and then when they receive another redstone signal they fire that pearl to the next generator and go to idle again. So that's basically the cycle that we have to automate. The first thing that we are now going to do is make sure that whenever a generator gets a pearl, it fires it away the next tick to have the power loss as little as possible. So to do that, let me first build a few blocks. These are only needed to build things against. We will remove these blocks after that. Okay, so first we need ender monitors, and ender monitors are blocks that monitor what happens inside such a generator, and they send out a redstone signal based on certain conditions. So I let the arrow point upwards because I want the to collect the redstone the redstone here, and it monitors the block below it. So let's put them here. And what we want to do is, whenever a pearl arrives here, we want to send a redstone signal here, so that the next tick, the pearl will be fired. So that means that basically we need a redstone transmitter, 4 of them. Like this, and now these blocks can be removed. Okay, so these have all got a separate channel, and then we put like this. So link this one, channel set to 5, like that. 4. We set all the channels at once, but we overwrite them every time again, so it's no problem. Like this. So lost pearl arrived. Pearl arrived is okay. Pearl arrived. Okay, so now every Endergenic is set up so that when the pearl arrives, it will monitor it, send a redstone signal to here, and the next tick this will fire and send the redstone signal here, and it will throw the pearl to this one. Of course, we want to make sure that when a pearl is fired from this one, it should arrive at 10. It will go to this one and this one and this one, and if you see, so pearl fires 1, 2 ticks, it comes here. The next tick it is fired to here, so it's 3 ticks, another 3 ticks, another 3 ticks. So at approximately tick 9 it should arrive here. So that means that when we fire the pearl here, when the pearl goes away here, it will arrive about 9 ticks later here. So that means that the time that we fire the pearl here is actually a good time for this to charge. I hope that was a bit clear. It's not that easy to explain. So what we do is, when pearl is fired here, we will send a redstone signal to that. Same for this, this, and this. So when a pearl is fired, okay, so this is actually sufficient once the pearl is in the system to keep it going around and around, because as soon as a pearl arrives here, it will be fired the next tick, and when a pearl is fired, it will set this to charge, and the same for the others. So that's already a workable setup. However, there's a problem. How do we start this system? How do we get the first pearl to fire? And for that, there is a pearl injector, and we'll set that one here. And this one has an inventory of pearls, and it will. Oh, I put it at the wrong spot. Needs to go on higher. That reminds me, these are also. Oh, sorry. I will have to raise these, of course. They are all pointing at the power cell and not at an Endergenic. Let me do that first. Okay, so it's fixed now. Oh, so this is what the charging cycle will control, and these are to keep the pearls going. And then the pearl injector will cast this one. So whenever this gets a redstone signal, this one will fire a pearl to that one. However, there's a problem now. When we give this redstone signal, this one will fire, but that one will not be charged. None of them will be charged. So in order to fix that, when we get a redstone signal here, we actually have to give these redstone signal first. So to do that, we actually need a sequencer. So first, let me make the starting circuit. Well, I will put that on the walls. So that's the transmitter, and a sequencer. Oh, let me put it different. So what does this do? When we press a button, this will go through the sequencer, which will, because the button, see, it's a pretty long time, and that's a bit too long for this. So we shorten this to 2 ticks by using the sequencer, and then we send this out on channel 7. and then we have 3 redstone receivers, which we will link now to this. Oh, the redstone transmitter. I was too close to the wall. Okay, so these receivers are now set to channel 7. And when I press a button here, I want this to get a redstone signal, but not immediately. So first I will have to delay this redstone signal, and I will also use another sequencer for this. Set use once too, because then when a redstone signal is received, it will loop the cycle like this. But once a new redstone pulse arrives, it will restart it. So the default mode will keep going with the cycle, but that takes a while. So this, once I press the button here, this will wait 8 ticks before firing the pearl. 8 ticks, so that means that we travel 2 ticks, that this one should be charged immediately. So redstone receiver, channel 7. So once we press the button there, this will go into charge mode, and 8 ticks later this one will fire the pearl. So it should arrive at about 10 ticks. And then it will, due to that circuit, go to this one. So this one has also to be charged, but also timed, and therefore we use another sequencer like this. And this one has to be set to this one. So it will, this will charge, and 3 ticks later this one will charge, and that's the good time for this. This one will charge automatically whenever the pearl injector gets a redstone signal, because then this will fire and this will fire. So this should work. Now let's see if it actually does. So at this moment we have 1.2 million RF in our buffer, and let's push a button. We have 10 ender pearls here, and hopefully I didn't make any mistakes. Okay, so you see the white flashes are good. It's now generating power. Last pearl arrived at 8. That's not ideal, but maybe we can improve on that. It's a bit random when the pearl will... oh, it was lost. I think it was lost there. Yes, a random pearl discard was the reason. So that means there's always a chance that the pearl will disappear. But we generated about 2,100,000 RF from a single ender pearl. So it works pretty well. It can probably be improved a bit, but this is a setup that gives good power per ender pearl. This can be further automated. What I want to do is replace this circuit with something that detects if power goes below a certain threshold, and then fire a single pearl to keep power up again, and that way I don't have to do it manually. But this works pretty well. I hope it was a bit clear how this works. There are many different variations. For example, you can move these further apart. Then for the maximum tick distance you can have is 4, but then they have to be quite far from each other. You can also use multiple Endergenic generators instead of just 4. And it's of course also possible to use 2 Endergenics, but with only 2 Endergenics you will not be able to make an optimal setup, although it's going to be a bit easier. So that concludes this tutorial. If you have any questions about it, feel free to ask them in the comments, of course. These are no longer needed. that's about the tutorial. By the way, one other thing you notice in the tooltip from the probe, that all these keep a bit of power in them, and that's power that you can't extract from a generator with a power cell. And the reason for that is they need that power to keep the pearl, otherwise it would be lost too easily. So that's for that reason. I think for the rest of this episode I'm going to work a bit on Botania, so I will be back. Okay, this seems to work fine. It's a way using the open crate and a hopper and some vanilla redstone. It only puts one coal here, and then the mana will start to generate. So this is a setup that works well. It seems that this one is also catching. Yes, another one just started. Nice. The third one now. Fourth one. Okay. So they all apparently they are all within range. Okay, it's now growing well. I think I will make a few more endo frames to put around here, because that seems to be working pretty well. Of course, ideally I would also need some way to generate charcoal automatically, but for now I can manually feed it there. But what I would like to do right now is set up teleportation to this area. So make a similar a similar teleportation room like I did in my other base. Not exactly sure where I want to put it. Behind this wall I don't have enough room because there is immediately the end of the mountain there, but I could maybe, if I make it like this, symmetrical. Okay, so I think I'm going to do it like this. Make a similar setup, so this goes to the outside area, and then on this side I can put two teleportation receiver and a transmitter there, with a screen setup similar to what I did in my other base. I will be back to fetch all the needed materials for that and prepare the room here. Because I used up almost all my ender pearls for the Endergenic, I need to get me a few more ender pearls here. I also got more seeds. Apparently sometimes you get more seeds automatically, so that's very nice. Okay, so I will be sitting here for a while making new ender pearls. While I'm doing that, let me also talk a bit about what I plan now. Since this is the 10th episode, I'm going to release first a pack update. For now still on 1.9.4. I haven't experimented if the upgrade to 1.10 of Minecraft would work, because there are several mods in this. It is possible that there are some issues, although I know that Forestry managed to upgrade without too many problems. But for now I will keep the pack 1.9.4, at least for the next update. And I will also release a world download. So there isn't that much yet. Of course you can look at the tree, the power generator with the tree, and the Botania area, which is not that advanced yet. You can look at the screen setup that I did for the teleportation room, and you can of course examine the Endergenic generator and play a bit with them. I think there will also be a few surprises, things I didn't show you on any of the Let's Plays. And, well, we'll see if I have some time to make them yet, but it would be nice. Okay, let me continue getting underpearls. Okay, so back at the Botania base. So I had this area, and now I made this area. I kept it pretty sober. Just a few flowers here, and a simple one button at the moment, because there's only one place to go back to. So in the future I can extend this. The tech room for this, the service room, this is below it. So here you see the power cell, some conduit from EnderIO. There is the receiver, the matter transmitter is above that, and a single simple dialer and redstone receiver, and a screen controller. So this can be extended a bit. I can also go further that direction. So I think it's okay. It's not the most amazing, and it should work to bring me back to my tech base. So I think that concludes. Oh yes. Sorry. One other thing I did do, which I will quickly show you. I also put a vacuum hop chest there, and which does not have enough range, it appears. I don't know why these aren't going in there. Let me fetch these. But it does work. It catches some of the drops, I guess. Where are these actually? Oh yes, they were here on top. For some reason they were not picked up. Oh. There. Okay, I cannot pick them up. Immersive Craft tried to put the stick on top, and for some reason I can't. Oh. Okay. Still. Yeah, that appears to work a bit weird there. I have collected quite a lot of wood already. Oh, sorry, fell in the hole. And it is generating power. So this is very low power generation, of course. It's just to have something to add a little bit. And when I need a lot of power, I will use this one. And I will also still want to automate this a bit, so that it monitors the current amount of power in cells, and then it goes in. So this is the end of this episode, and I will in a few more days I will probably release a new pack update and a world download. So I hope you will enjoy that. So see you later. Bye bye.